Hi everybody. Audio video is okay. Thank you so much. Welcome to the Fractal Live. Oh, sorry, there is the wrong title here. Sorry. Okay. Fractal Q&A live stream. So, welcome to my studio. Ciao Filippo, ciao Massimo, ciao Marco. Okay, I hope that everything is okay. And I hope there are some people from non-Italian people, because if there is no Italian people, I started to speak Italian. That is bad. No, sorry. No, in any case, some people can see this tutorial later on. Today I will describe you some method to use the foot controls of the FM3, in particular FM3 plus FC6. But I want to focus on the FM3 because many of you says that FM3 has only 3 foot switch, and 3 foot is very few to make any kind of gig, of live performance, of rehearsal, and so on. But to be honest, sometimes when I needed to have a really small unit, and I needed to, for example, for acoustic gigs or small gigs, or for example, I have to travel by flight and so on. It is necessary to keep the space as much as low as possible, and the only FM3 is very useful for this because it's small. You can put in the small bag, you can bring him into your flight. And hello, Anthony. And I wanted to show you how it's possible to combine the foot switch in the proper way to get the most benefit of the FM3. So let's start from this patch. Is my last patch, MF Spawn, but you can use, of course, it's not now today is not the patch, the Argo. But okay, I assume that I have 3 main scenes that are the rhythm scene for the rhythm part, the clean scene, and the lead. And also I need to use the wah, for example, with my method with the Mplex, and maybe I need another scene. So let's go to the FC edit of the FM3, and this is the configuration of my FM3. As you can see, I use for the foot switch control not the scene selection, not the scene select, because scene select can select only single scene. The toggle scene is much more useful for the FM3 because it lets you to select 2 different scenes, depends how many times you press the foot switch. So the primary scene is this one, in my case is the scene number 1, and the secondary scene is the 4. What's happened is really simple. The functionality of this functions. Okay, so let's see. I want to show you my FM3. Okay, on the and you can also maybe let me check. Okay, now maybe it's better. Have a look on the scene number here. When I press the scene number 2, okay, I select scene number 2, number 1, and number 3. Okay, if I press scene number 1 and press again scene number 1, I select the secondary scene. So I can select, in reality, 6 scenes very easy and very fast. Very simple. I can show you. For example, this is the lead one, where the volume is the pedal is the volume. Okay. For the wah, I select the C number 4. Okay, so sorry, there is also something else, but okay, this is a compressor. Sorry. Okay. I select the sim number 4. So it's very fast to select the two different scenes with the same foot switch. It's very, very useful, and it's also nice because in this case I make an association between the two different scenes. One is with the volume, and another one is the wah. So the difference is very small, and for this reason it's quite easy to me to remember which scene to select. So I know when I wanted to go to the lead, I select scene number 1. If I need the wah, I press again and I go to the scene number 4. This is one example. The same could be for the scene number 2. The scene number 2 is my rhythm part, for example. I want to have the secondary scene. It is a rhythm, for example, it's not this one, it's the 5, where is a rhythm plus. It is a scene where I also insert the pitch and the delay. Okay, so I go to the FC edit, and I use the same method. Primary scene is number 2, the secondary scene is number 5. So I can alternate. When I am in a scene number 5, I can go directly to the lead. And when I have to go to the scene number 5, I have to press 2 times the foot switch, but it is no real problem because when I select the scene number 2, okay, with the second foot switch, I go to the scene very similar to the final scene, because rhythm plus is the standard rhythm plus pitch. So it makes sense to associate scene that has the same nature if you need a fast changing of the presets. So I'm playing. I show you better. So the scene changing is really how can I say, seamless, okay, without interruption, and very comfortable to use. Okay. For the clean, I use the same method. In this case, I alternate. The primary scene is scene number 3, secondary scene is 6. in the second scene I have the plexi, but okay, it's up to you what scene you can select. Of course, maybe let me check the pitch. Okay. So, okay, but you have another possibility to use the hold function to activate other functionality. For example, typically I use the clean, the third foot switch to, for example, in this way. I go to the category view, okay, because I want to select the view number 2. So, if I press and hold the foot switch 3, I go to the secondary view, where, for example, I can activate some other functionality, like, I don't know, here I can select the tap tempo on the utility, tap tempo, okay, I change the color of the, and in the secondary I can also, on the utility menu, activate the tuner. And here I can, for example, if I need to activate singularly some other effects like delay, I don't know, and also with the press and hold the plex. Okay, so I have another possibility to activate the, I don't know, another effect like drive or boost. Maybe boost is better. Control switch, for example, to activate the boost. Boost is associated to the control switch number 1. I remember you how to do this. You go to the amp, go to the preamp, and you can connect the input boost to the control switch. Okay, if you can see here the input boost is as a modifier with a yellow circle. Okay, you can press the right mouse button and you can select the control switch number 1. So I associate, I link the control switch to input boost. So if I wanted to have to give a boost on the amp, I can use this method. So let's pass again. So I typically my convention color are that. The control switch is pink. Okay, and I can press again on the view. Okay, I go to select the view 1 because I need to come back to the main view. I remember you that the FM3 has only 3 foot switch, but the 3 foot switch are part of the 12 foot switch divided in 4 views. Views 1 is this. This is views 2, views 3, and views 4. So you can extend the usability of the foot switch by using in the proper way the view menu. I hope it's clear for you. If you have any question, please put the question on the chat. So let's come back to the sample. In this case, I'm in the view number 2. I can activate the control switch, the tuner. In my case, the tuner is automatically activated by the volume pedal. Please refer to my tutorial how to set the volume pedal to activate automatically the tuner. Okay, when you hold down. I can activate the delay, also the plexi. If I want to come back to the view number 1, I can show you better. Okay, so you can see better the FM3. Please have a look when you select the secondary scene, the dimmer of the LED is lower than the main. So this is one level and this is the second level. The other scene as the LED is switched off because it shows the scene when it is quite easy. Now you have difficulty to see, but I can let me check how I can do this. Just a moment. I try to reduce the luminosity of the difficult to see. Okay, now you can see. So you can see here when I selected the scene number 2, okay, the LED is the highlight. When I select the scene number 6, the dimmer is low. The other scene are switched off, and it shows the lead, the scene, the primary scene. In this case, the lead. I press the lead, and now it's all lead 2. It is the secondary scene. Okay. So have a look on the display. So when I see here, is the scene able to switch? Okay. And also I can see here the present hold functionality in the dark background. Hans Gruneg, interesting to see the FC6 left hand side of the FM3. Maybe Fractal will offer the FM9 in 2 variants. Okay. I can use the FC6 in a different way. It's not a problem. Left or right is not a problem. Okay. So I hope this is clear. When I wanted to switch to the secondary view, I press and hold, and I can say the delay, activation, the plex delay, tap tempo, tuner, control switch, and so on. I press again the view 1 and I come back to the view. Okay, this could be a very valid method because you can use FM3 for your live gig because you have 6 different scenes, not only 3, you have 6 different scenes, okay? Because any foot switch can activate 2 scenes, and also you can have the old functionality. Okay, but now it's deactivated. I want you to remember when you activate the hold functionality, there is a different behavior of the FM3 because if the hold functionality is disabled, like in this case, when you press the foot switch, the action of the foot switch is immediate. Okay? When the hold is enabled and is stopped, the activation of the function of the foot switch is on when you release the foot switch. It's different behavior. And you have to pay attention of this because the feeling you can have when you use the hold function is that the scene's recall is a bit delayed. Okay, because, as I told you, if you press and you keep the foot switch pressed, the action is not done. Okay? Only when you release the foot switch. Because why? Because the system has to understand if you are pressing for the tap function or you have to press for the hold function. So you can also set up the time. The default time is an half second, where the system understands that, okay, you are intentionally press the hold functionality. I hope this is clear, because sometimes the feeling you have is the scene recall is a bit delayed. It's not delayed. If you have to understand this, because if you want to switch immediately the scene, you have to press and release immediately the foot switch. So I show you. You don't keep the foot on the foot switch. Otherwise, it works. Otherwise, the hold function works. Okay. So. Don't do this. Okay. When you change the scene, try to simply press and release immediately. Okay. Thank you, Michaelakis. Michaelakis, I don't know for subscription. I remember you to put the question. You have to activate you have to be you have to subscribe to my channel. Sorry. Okay, another very interesting function. Now I wanted to show you how to use the FC6. In this case, this is my standard using of the FM3. And when I have the FC6, like here, okay. I show you how to use it. Okay, so to program the FC6, you have to switch off this button. Typically, the FC6 is on the layout number 2. Okay, to program the FC6, you have to select the shows as FC6 here. Okay, and in this case, you have 2 views because you have 6 foot switch in the same time. So view number 1 and view number 2. Okay. I suggest you to use different layout, because if you use the layout 1, of course, you have the same layout of the FM3 with the scene exactly the same. And of course, it's only a replication of the layout. It makes absolutely no sense. So typically, I use the layout 1 for the FM3, layout 2 or other layout for the FC6. So layout 2. Okay. In this moment, as you can see here, nothing is shown. Just a moment. Okay. No layout is shown on the FC6 because you have to activate the show edit on. So you have to click on this button to activate the effects of the editor on the FC6. This is really important. Then, typically, you can use the FC6 as you want, of course. I'd like to use the FC6 to have a possibility to recall the effects. Singular, for example, delay. I show you my presets. For example, in this preset, I compressor, phaser, pitch delay, plex delay, boost, and so on. Okay, so I typically use the FC6 to activate this effect in real time, because I like to play with typically 3 scenes or 6, it depends. 3 things, and I like to, for example, in a certain time to activate a delay or drive or phaser, but not related to the scene. The basic scene is the rhythm part, so it's the crunch plus a bit of reverb. And when I'm playing during the gig, I like to switch on and off the other effect. Typically, I have also different presets, and I don't usually use the same configuration for all the presets. For this reason, it's very convenient to use the PerPreset functionality. What is PerPreset? PerPreset is like a placeholder. So it is a box where you can put what you want. For example, in this case, the pitch effect or the delay. This configuration is the same of the switch, but okay, it's not connected directly to the Footswitch. It is only a placeholder. So only when you go to the FC edit, you can assign the PerPreset instead to assign the, for example, effects bypass. Okay, because if you assign this effect in all preset, you have in the Footswitch 1 of FC6 the bypass amp 1 or plex or what you want. Okay. PerPreset let you to make PerPreset, for example, 1. Let you to link the PerPreset settings, who is related to the preset, not to the global configuration. So this configuration is only related to the preset itself. If you change the preset, you can change everything on this configuration. So in this case, PerPreset 1 has the pitch, okay, the pitch, and on the old function, I toggle 2 different channels of the pitch. And I like this method because I like to activate, for example, the pitch when I want, but also I have a possibility to switch with the old function 2 different channels of the pitch. Channel A has a very high amount of pitch, channel B is low amount of the pitch. The same with the drive, for example, with the delay is the same. I have 2 different delay with the same delay, and I change the value of the delay by pressing the old function. And all the same, I will show you better. So instead to set up my FC6 with a fixed functionality, I use the PerPreset. So PerPreset number 1, and I also use the copy function, paste. In this case, it's important to, if you use the PerPreset function and you use even the tap and hold, of course, you have to tell to the FC6 that you have PerPreset 1 on the tap function and on the hold function. This is important. Otherwise, you lose the hold functionality. So I can do the same here. Of course, on the PerPreset 2, it's very easy to copy and paste the functionality. And as you can see here, the PerPreset 2 is as shown as delay. PerPreset 3. And the same here. It is also very fast to, and you need to do this only the first time. Now is the phaser. I don't take care about the order of the PerPreset because I change the value of the PerPreset in the other menu, not in this menu. So this is only the first configuration. You do the first time, then you forget this configuration. Preset 6. Tap tempo and tuner. Okay? So if you want to change the settings of this footswitch, you don't go here, but you only go to the PerPreset, and this is related to the preset itself. Okay? So I'll show you the configuration. Okay, I press and hold the pitch, and I change the channel of the pitch. I show you here. For example, channel A is a fast vibe. If I press and hold, I recall the block 90. As you can see here, the FM3 is a really expandable unit. You can do several things only if you use in the proper way. This is the reason that I told many people ask me, but is FM3 enough for my gigs and so on? Absolutely yes. The problem is because you have a big freedom degree. You have big freedom degree to use the FM3. You have to know what you do, because if you don't use the FM3 in the proper way, it's really easy to saturate the CPU. As you can see here, I have this preset with less than 80% of the CPU power. Okay. And but I have two different phases, two different pitch, two different delays, two different plex delay, the reverb, 6 scene, 8 scene, what you want, volume, wah, compressor, all the things that I needed to make any gig. And typically I use this gig, this preset for a single gig with my band. Sorry, I have to. Oops, what's happened? There was a problem on editor. Okay, I have to the echo shimmer. I have to switch here. Okay, sorry. Filippo Vancini, I have some troubles if I keep pushed a button like an old mode. It changes me sometimes the view and sometimes the presets. If I keep push a button like an old mode, it changes me sometimes. Filippo, you have to check what's happened in the configuration. As you can see here, any layout has different different configuration. You have 8 layout. You can also copy, paste, clear all layout, import, export, and so on. And of course, you have to use 2 different layout for FM3 and for FC6. You cannot use the same. And there is also the possibility, I don't remember exactly where. No, it is on the Footswitch. Let me check. In the settings, Footswitch edit here, Footswitch config. This is FC edit. No. This is the general. This is the old function timeout, for example. No. Device. Oh, okay. This is the menu. This is a really important, Filippo. In the device menu of the FC editor, you can assign which layout will be uploaded to the unit at the power on. So, as you can see, FM3 as the current layout number 1, FC1, it is my FCC, is the layout 2. And here you can define at startup which layout will be loaded in the unit. And this is really important, because if this number is the same, you have the same layout even on an FM3 and FC6, and makes some sense. So be aware about the using of this menu to decide which layout will be uploaded at the startup. Okay, maybe you are mixing the layout of the FM3 with the layout of C6. So pay attention of this. Okay, about the configuration, I don't want to go too much in deep, because everything is described in the manual. So you have the category, different category you can recall, but my ideas for this this small tutorial is to give you an hints, some tips and tricks regarding the using of the FM3 Footswitches and also the FC6. Okay, if you have any question, I'm here for you. Show you how many sound that I can reproduce with this configuration. And when I needed to go to the lead, Okay, so it is the Fractal units are really incredible, also for the very huge possibility to configure the foot switch, and everything depends on it's up to you, because you can create several different configurations, different combination. But the main thing is to think how do you want to have a to get the gig on the stage, which scene you need, and you have to create like a flow of your operations, so you can decide before what scenes you need, how is better to place the foot switch, and this is a job that you have to do before the gig. Sometimes I see some people that change preset during the song, or has some problems because they use the system not in the proper way. So only if you put in the a scheme to scheme of your gig, you can handle the preset in the proper way. So only to tell to give you an idea, I use this preset, exactly this one, for my gig without any problem for all the songs, because I have lead, crunch, and clean. And when I need, I switch on and off some effects. I need more distortion, less distortion, more delay, less delay, and so on and so on. Okay, thank you so much, guys. I hope this is the information is useful for you. If you have any question, please put the question below the video. And see you next time with the Fractal Live tutorial. So thank you so much. Bye, guys.